Hello everybody, it's Timothy here. Welcome to Learn Penang Hokkien. You are watching a series of videos created specially to help you learn the dialect of the Hokkien language as spoken in Penang and the northern part of West Malaysia. We are now into lesson number 12. Yeah, we are in lesson number 12 now. And in this lesson, we are going to learn conjunctions. Conjunctions are words that we use to join together different ideas or words or meaning of phrases. So, without further ado, let's get started right now. The first conjunction we are going to learn is ka. Ka means and. So, something and something else. For example, Jack ka Jill ki pet soa. It means Jack and Jill went hiking. Soa is hill. Pet is to climb. So pet soa is to climb hill or hiking. Ki pet soa is to go hiking or to go climb hill. Jack ka Jill is Jack and Jill. Michael ka Jane pepe chiak mikia. Mikia, you have learned before, is thing. Chia is eat. Chia mikia is to eat something or to have a meal. Pepe is together. So, Michael ka Jane pepe chia mikia means Michael and Jane are having a meal together. Michael ka Jane chia mikia or Michael ka Jane pepe chia mikia. The next one is Walang ki Taiping ka Ipoh. It means we go to Taiping and Ipoh. As you know, in Penang Hokkien, there are no tenses. So I can say we go to Taiping and Ipoh, or we can also say we went to Taiping and Ipoh. If you want to make it more specific, then you have to put a word such as yesterday, such as Cha Hui Walang ki Taiping ka Ipoh. Yesterday, we went to Taiping and Ipoh. Walang be Amotan Liu Lian ka Manggit. We bought rambutans, durians, and mangosteen. Walang be Amotan Liu Lian ka Manggit. So, that's how we use the word ka. The second conjunction that we are going to learn today sounds almost the same as the first one, and it's spelled almost the same way also. It is ka. Ka. Ka means to or with, depending on context. It can be to and it can be with. I will show you through examples how you use it. The first one is Wakalukong. Wakalukong is I tell you. This is how they construct the sentence Wakalukong. Wa and then to you, kalu, and then kong is say. I to you say means I tell you. So if you want to say I tell you, the way to say it in Penang Hokkien is Wakalukong. You tell me is lu kawa kong. Michael tells me Michael kawa kong. So kong is to say. So to tell is ka somebody and then kong. So wakalukong, I tell you. Another example, Jane ka Michael pepe chia mikia. Means Jane is eating with Michael. Pepe means together. Jane with Michael or Jane is eating with Michael. Another example, I ka walang ki Taiping. I ka walang ki Taiping. He went to Taiping with us. He went to Taiping with us. In Penang Hokkien is I ka walang with us ki Taiping. You can also put the word pepe to it. I kawalang pepe ki taiping. So pepe means together. I kawalang pepe ki taiping. Or simply I kawalang ki taiping. The next one is Cui cui lang ki taiping kalu. Cui cui lang ki taiping kalu. Who went to Taiping with you? Who went to Taiping with you? So with you is kalu. Here the word ka has sandhi to ka. So instead of say kalu, it's kalu. Cui cui lang ki Taiping kalu. So that's the second conjunction that we have learned today. The third one is asi. Asi means all. This or that. Chile, asi, hele. Here or there. Chipeng, asi, hepeng. Mine or yours. Wae, asi, lue. So, some examples. Lu ai chia laksa asi cha kway tiao. Lu ai chia laksa asi cha kway tiao. Do you want to eat laksa or cha kway tiao? Lu ai chia laksa asi cha kway tiao. Lu bai ki Ipoh asi Taiping. Are you going to Ipoh or Taiping? Lu ai ki Ipoh asi Taiping. I ki means want to go. I is an auxiliary verb which I will teach you in a future lesson. So there will be a lesson specifically for all the auxiliary verbs. Another sentence. Lu ai tua chipeng asi tui walang. Lu ai tua chipeng asi tui walang. Do you want to stay here or follow us? You want to stay here. Lu ai tua chipeng. Tua chipeng means to stay here. Tua literally means to live. Chipeng is here, so live here. It means to stay here. Do you want to stay here or follow us? Follow is tui. So, lu ai tua chipeng asi tui walang. Do you want to stay here or follow us? The next conjunction that we want to learn is nasi. Sounds almost like asi. So, asi is all. Nasi means if. If. If is nasi. Nasi I bolai lan kaki ki. Nasi I bolai lan kaki ki. If he doesn't come, we'll go ourselves. Ourselves here is kaki. So, I myself wa kaki. You yourself is lu kaki. So, lan kaki is we ourselves. Nasi I bolai lan kaki ki. If he doesn't come, we'll go ourselves. Nasi laksa bobe lan chia cha kway tiao. Nasi laksa bobe lan chia cha kway tiao. If laksa is not selling, we'll eat cha kway tiao. If laksa is not selling, we'll eat cha kway tiao. Nasi laksa bobe lan chia cha kway tiao. Wa e chai lu nasi lu bo chia. Wa e chai lu nasi lu bo chia. I can fetch you or I can drive you if you don't have a car. Chia is car, bo chia has no car. So, wa e chai lu. Chai is to fetch or to drive somebody. A is can, we have seen that word before, it's also an auxiliary verb. Wa e chai lu, I can fetch you. Nasi lu bo chia, if you have no car. The fifth conjunction that we are going to learn is engwe. And some people pronounce it as ingwe. And some people pronounce it as engwe. So it's up to you whether you want to say engwe or ingwe. Both of them means because. So because is engwe and ingwe in Penang Hokkien. Why do I teach you both? Because when you are speaking with actual Penang Hokkien speaking people, you are going to be exposed to some people using engwe and some people using ingwe. It's best to learn both. so that you have covered both corners already. So, ingui and ingui means because, such as 我人食叉粿條，因為垃圾無賣。我人食叉粿條，因為垃圾無賣。We ate 叉粿條 because laksa wasn't selling. 無賣 not selling. So, 我人食叉粿條，因為垃圾無賣。Another example, 我人無在意，因為伊歹去。我人無在意，因為伊歹去。We do not fetch him because he does not want to go. So, 在 we have seen earlier is to fetch or to drive. We didn't fetch him, we didn't drive him, 因為 because 伊歹去。He doesn't want to go. 伊去困，因為暗了。伊去困，因為暗了。She went to sleep because it's late. Means dark. So, 暗了 is dark already. So, in Penang Hokkien, you say it's dark already to mean it's late. Another way to say it is 晚. 晚 is exactly to mean late. So, 伊去困，因為晚了。伊去困，因為晚了。Or 伊去困，因為暗了。The next one is tapi. Tapi is a word that is borrowed from Malay, so you can consider it as a loan word that is entrenched now in Penang Hokkien. Tapi means but. But in Penang Hokkien, we usually use tapi. I hogia tapi bo hoahi. He's rich but not happy. So rich is hogia and hoahi is happy. 我人等伊 tapi 伊無來。我人等伊 tapi 伊無來。We waited for him but he did not show up. So 無來 did not come. We waited for him but he did not come. He did not show up. 我人去辦山 tapi 無買半項。我人去辦山 tapi 無買半項。Bansan is market. Puan hang means anything. Hang on its own is a classifier for thing. So puan hang, puan is half. So half a thing. So when you want to say anything, the way to say anything is to say half thing. Puan hang, half thing means anything. Bo puan hang, not even half a thing. Not even half a thing means nothing. So 我人去辦山 we went to the market, tapi, but, 無買 did not buy, 半項 did not buy anything or bought nothing. 我人去辦山 tapi 無買半項 we went to the market but did not buy anything. 伊肥 tapi 咬走 伊肥 tapi 咬走 He's fat but can run very fast. Run is 走. Gao literally means clever or intelligent. However, the word gao is used figuratively to mean being good at something. So, gao gong wa means be good at talking. So, gong wa is to talk. Gao gong wa means good at talking. Gao zhao is good at running. But sometimes it is quite imaginative, like gao cha means you are early. Gao, if somebody says gao cha, cha means early, gao cha means you are early. Or it's another way to express it, saying good morning. So in Penang Hokkien, you will say gao cha to mean good morning. So gao, you have to learn how it's used in different contexts. On its own, it means clever. 我的囝真猴 My child is very clever. 我的囝猴講話 My child is good at talking. 猴亂 is make noise or create trouble. So gao luan is troublesome. So that's how we use gao. Now, another word that you need to learn is tan si. Tan si is the Hokkien word that has the same meaning as tapi. In Penang Hokkien, it's very common to use tapi. However, there exists the Hokkien word for but also, and that word is tan si. Tan si and tapi is almost interchangeable. It depends on whom you are talking to. Some people would prefer to remain more Hokkien, and so they would use tan si. Others feel very naturalized to the local setting, and so they would use tapi. So in speaking Penang Hokkien, you will find many words that are loan words from Malay. That's because the Hokkien language has been around, or rather the people who speak Penang Hokkien, who speak Hokkien, have been around for so long that many words have been borrowed from the languages around them, particularly from Malay and English. And in the same way, the Hokkien language has also contributed words into Malay. So there is a two-way exchange between Malay and Hokkien. Now, let's see some example sentences using tan si. I hogia tan si bo hua hi. He's rich but not happy. Walang tan I tan si I bo lai. We waited for him but he did not come. Walang ki bansan tan si bo be puah hang. We went to the market but did not buy anything. And I pui tan si gao zhao. He's fat but can run very well. And the last word that we are going to learn today is sui lian. Sui lian, and some people pronounce it as sui jian. Sui lian and sui jian both mean although. So in total, we are learning 10 words altogether. Because there's sui lian and sui jian. There is ingui and inui. So those two pairs have a variance in pronunciation. So ingui and inui are just variance in pronunciation. Sui lian and sui jian are variance in pronunciation. So coming back to sui lian means although. Sui lian I hogia I bo hua hi. Although he is rich, he isn't happy. Sui jian hi hogia I bo hua hi. Although he is rich, he is not happy. Sui lian walang gui ipo walang bo ting. Although we passed Ipoh, we did not stop, or we did not stop there. Sui lian walang gui Ipoh walang bo ting heping. Although we passed Ipoh, we did not stop there. So gui is to pass. So gui Ipoh, we passed Ipoh. Walang bo ting is to stop. Ting heping, stop there. Sui lian walang ki bansan walang bo be puah hang. Although we went to the market, we did not buy anything. And the last one, sui lian I pui I gao zhao. Although he's fat, he can run very fast. Sui lian I pui I gao zhao. And so that concludes our lesson on conjunctions in Penang Hokkien. And in the next part, we are going to do some exercises. And so I'll be seeing you soon. Hello and welcome back to Learn Penang Hokkien. We are in the lesson on conjunction, which is lesson number 12. And now we have reached the exercise section of the lesson. I'm going to give you sentences, this time in English. I want you to say in Penang Hokkien. Some of the words we have already learned, so I hope you can use them to say the sentences in Penang Hokkien. Okay, let's get started. The first sentence is, John and Michael go to school. John and Michael go to school. School is oteng. Go is ki. So how do you say John and Michael go to school? And the answer, John và Michael khi ở trường. John và Michael khi ở trường. The second sentence is, Julia tells George. Julia tells George. And the answer is, Julia và George con. Julia và George con. Sentence number 3. Although he is poor, he is happy. Although he is poor, he is happy. Poor is bố lui. And the answer, Suy lián y bố lui y hòa hỷ. Suy lián y bố lui y hòa hỷ. Sentence number 4. We ate curry mee because Hokkien mee is not selling. We ate curry mee because Hokkien mee is not selling. Curry mee is Kali mee. Hokkien mee is Hokkien mee. So, how do you say the sentence? We ate curry mee because Hokkien mee is not selling. And the answer, Walang chia Kali mee ingwe Hokkien mee bobe. Walang chia Kali mee ingwe Hokkien mee bobe. Of course, you can also use ingwe. Walang chia Kali mee ingwe Hokkien mee bobe. Sentence number 5. If you don't want to go, I will go myself. If you don't want to go, I will go myself. Don't want to in Penang Hokkien is my. My is don't want to. And the answer, Nasi lumai ki wa kaki ki. Nasi lumai ki wa kaki ki. The next one. We went to Ipoh but bought nothing. We went to Ipoh but bought nothing. Bought nothing is the same as did not buy anything. You can say did not buy anything. We went to Ipoh but bought nothing. And the answer, Walang ki Ipoh tapi bobe puahang. Walang ki Ipoh tapi bobe puahang. The next sentence is, come sit with me. Come sit with me. Sit is J. Sit is J. So how do you say come sit with me? And the answer, Lai J kawa. Lai J kawa. And sentence number 8. He knows me, but I do not know him. He knows me, but I do not know him. And the answer, I bat wa tapi wa mbat I. Or you can also say, I bat wa tan si wa mbat I. I bat wa tan si wa mbat I. And so that concludes our lesson on conjunctions. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you do, please take a moment to give this video a like so that YouTube will share it with more people. And subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can continue to learn Penang Hokkien. Click the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. It's been great having you in this lesson, and I look forward to having you again in the next one. Until then, thanks for watching.